Veritas is Teresa speaking.
Yeah, hello. I'm actually looking at your Craigslist ad for security officer. Now, are you guys still hiring over there for that?
Where at?
I'm looking at your
What
ad,
location?
Arkansas.
Okay. Um, we are so accepting applications right now.
Listen, that's
You
good to
just
hear. Now, are you requiring any prior experience?
no.
You're not.
If you do have any, it does help, but you don't have to
Well,
have
listen,
prior
I
experience.
did. Now, I don't mean to brag, but I used to work with Britney Spears. If that's the pop singer, obviously. Now, if that's of any help in procuring this job, I mean, what do you think?
If you've had any experience as far as
Well, it wasn't.
observing,
Listen, it wasn't in security. I was a mouseketeer, and this was like 15 years ago. I haven't had a job since. I have a bit of a shyness situation, a bit of a an avoidant personality disorder. That's what I've been told by my psychologist, my shrink or whatnot, my doctor. So I've been avoidant for the past number of years, and I'm trying to get back into the workforce. So I mean, I haven't had a lot of experience in the past 10 or so years. Now, is that hurtful to my chances of getting this job at all?
no, it's not. As
It's
long
not.
as you can do what the job duties require,
And
that
and, uh,
you
and that's like pretty much standing, walking around, things of that nature, documenting
know,
suspicious activity.
yes,
So I
just making
see.
sure that.
I'm just saying. So
Go
let's
ahead.
say you put me in an apartment complex. Something I see an African American gentleman maybe in a car. I document that.
Only if it's out of the ordinary.
I mean that would be out of the ordinary. I don't see too many African Americans in Arkansas. I mean I've lived here. I've only lived here a couple of months and I haven't seen a lot. So I mean you tell me. You've probably lived here longer than me. Is that out of the ordinary? Is that something that should be documented, or should I say, you know what, wait until he does something suspicious?
You would only wait for a suspicious activity.
Okay, so once he lights up the joint or marijuana cigarette or whatever he has that they normally carry, at that point I would write it down. Now I'm only going off what I see on TV. I've only lived in predominantly white, Caucasian areas, Hispanic and whatnot. I've never lived around African Americans. So I mean, but I mean, have you ever seen that show, The First 48? I'm very into law enforcement and whatnot, so I watch a lot of these shows. Have you seen it?
I have not.
Well, typically it documents death in the Detroit, Chicago area. Sometimes L.A. They'll do specials there, and mainly it's black on black crime. So I mean, based on what I see on that show and different shows on Discovery ID channel and whatnot, a lot of crime typically involves African Americans. So I mean, that's why earlier I mentioned document that he might be here for something illegal. I don't know. So, but I mean, so
It, it
yeah, go ahead.
it would only depend on if it is a suspicious activity. We can't base our assumptions based on race or anything like that. So
Not on
if it's
race.
something out of the ordinary, and the client is wanting us to observe certain situations, then it would just depend.
Right.
Um, but like I said, we can't base our assumptions just because of race or anything like that.
Even though they commit, even though there's, I mean, it's a statistical fact. There's more African Americans in the prison system than any other race, and they are the minority race in this country. So I mean,
Well,
that right there indicates that wow. I mean, there's the least amount of black people according to every other race here, but more of them are in prison. I mean, doesn't that tell you right there that black people predominantly are just hardwired in their brain to commit more crimes?
like I said, we cannot base on what we have seen on TV or life experiences in
Right.
our employment.
Yes.
So we would only go on if there's a suspicious activity. We cannot go based on race or anything. We
Yeah.
can't assume anything. If it's an illegal activity or something that's harmful to our client's site, then we would need to document it and report it. But like I said, we can't base our assumptions on personal experience or what we've seen on TV.
I see. Well, what about that? What if I don't document it, but I follow the individual? If he's sitting in his car, I
So
just stand there. Maybe I post myself, a ways away, but we're in eye shot of the car, and I just watch from a safe distance until he leaves.
Uh, our main goal is to be posted at our sites like we're supposed to and follow the post orders.
Yeah.
We, as security guards, don't have the ability to detain or chase after anybody,
Really?
so
Okay.
we'll only observe as much as we need to
Yeah.
and report it. And then if it feels like this is something illegally or something that our client would need to know, then we'll report it based on what our protocol is.
Right. So what you're saying is I see the black person in the car for a lengthy period of time. I don't post myself by the car, but I call the apartment manager and say, hey, you know what? There's this African-American in his car. Like, find out, do you have any African-Americans living in the complex, or do you know of any that have friends that are African-American? Yes or no? And if they say no, at that point, maybe I call the police, you would say.
Like I said, if it was something of that sort, it would only depend on if we thought that it was a suspicious activity, and then
Yeah.
we would find out as far as our protocol what we would need to do then. But like I said, we can't base our assumptions just because of race.
Ah, okay. What if I saw somebody in a Nazi uniform doing the Hail Hitler hand salute? Just standing there suspicious like, I mean, at that point, do I confront him like, what? It's not the 30s, you're wearing the uniform, you're doing Hail Hitler, but Hitler's dead, and he's been long dead for years. Why are you here, sir? Do I approach that person, or is that another situation where he can wear the Nazi suit as long as he's not engaging in suspicious activity?
Exactly.
Okay.
Like I said, we can't assume anything on the person's personal lifestyle.
Right.
Only if it's suspicious activity that our client wants us to watch for.
Sounds good. I'm going to fill out this application, and then I'll give you a call back and let you know that it's finished, and we can go from there.
Okay.
Thank you. You have a good day, ma'am.
Great. Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.